from Acadiana, your local news leader, this is Passe Partout.
Good morning to you, and of course, I thank you for joining us this morning. Last night, 10 residents of the Ilticon apartment complex on Herbert Road had to be evacuated due to a fire. Scott firefighters were dispatched to the scene last night around 9 p.m. Upon arrival, an occupant of a second-story apartment informed them she smelled something burning. Seconds later, firefighters saw smoke coming from the ceiling of her apartment, at which point they located a fire in the attic and ordered an evacuation of the fourplex with the assistance of a Lafayette Parish Sheriff deputy. Firefighters were able to safely evacuate 10 occupants from that building. An investigation into the incident revealed that a heater ventilation bathroom fan malfunctioned, igniting that fire in the attic. No firefighters or residents, thankfully, were injured. Meanwhile, a shooting last night in Opelousas. As of right now, there's limited information being released to us. Authorities were on that scene investigating that shooting. Again, that was last night. The shooting happened on West Martin Luther King Drive. No word on motive, injuries, if any, or arrests. Stay tuned to KLFY or KLFY.com. As we get more information, we'll pass that along to you. Then we continue our coverage of Human Trafficking Awareness Month. A social media post went viral recently after a woman and her friend claimed to have been stalked at a local restaurant, at a local retail store, As News 10's Austin D'Amico reports, Lafayette police are providing tips for anyone who may experience a similar situation.
A woman went to social media after experiencing a suspicious stalking encounter at this TJ Maxx. And with it being Human Traffic Awareness Month, I spoke with Lafayette police about what people should look out for to stay safe.
Any type of human trafficking or kidnapping will not be tolerated. So we will come out, we will investigate, and if the arrest is necessary, it will be done.
The social media post stated a woman and her friend noticed two men with backpacks and earpieces following them around the store. After realizing what was going on, they got a manager to escort them to their vehicles safely. Sergeant Green with Lafayette Police say the best way to stay safe is always being aware of surroundings and limiting distractions. She also says to always have some form of protection, like pepper spray or taking self-defense courses.
At least it gives you a fighting chance if someone ever was to attack you, and it means precious moments between help arriving or someone walking up and noticing something going on.
Sergeant Green says the department and other law enforcement agencies are taking note of these situations and are ready to take action when needed.
If it is happening, we encourage people to contact law enforcement so that we can be aware and we can document these instances.
Yeah. In Lafayette, Dawson D'Amico, KLFY, News 10.
So we have new information for you. The teacher at St. Thomas More High School, Jacob De La Paz, facing child pornography charges. Pre-trial has been continued to next Friday. De La Paz was arrested in April and indicted by a federal grand jury on May 17th. For one count of attempted production of child pornography, he pled not guilty to those charges. That was in May, but his trial was delayed for procedural matters, including a psychiatric evaluation. If indicted, De La Paz faces a minimum of 15 years in prison with a maximum of 30 years, a $250,000 fine, and other monetary assessments. Across Acadiana, ATV thefts have continued. News 10's Zhang Hoke spoke to law enforcement agencies across Acadiana to find out why these vehicles have become huge targets for thieves.
Here in Louisiana, ATV and off-road vehicles are common among residents. However, law enforcement across Acadiana have continued to notice an increase in thefts in these types of vehicles and warn people to protect their property.
News 10 first took note of these thefts in January when Evangeline Parish Sheriff Charles Guillory said his office had been dealing with the issue for several months. As his office continues to investigate and search for their suspects, Guillory says his parish is not the only one dealing with this issue. Through further investigation, St. Landry and Acadia parishes are also dealing with these thefts that date as far back as the summer. St. Landry Parish currently has multiple ATVs and a motorcycle listed as stolen on their Crime Stoppers website. There's even speculation from law enforcement that these thefts could be part of an organized ring.
But with these thefts continuing to rise, the question now becomes, why are these types of vehicles such an easy target?
With the vehicles easy for thieves to find, they're also hard to track since ATVs can be transported on the back of trucks and kept off the roads and out of sight.
There's no license plates. VIN numbers can be switched fast. It does make it a lot harder for us to locate them.
Easy tips from law enforcement to protect your vehicle from being stolen include taking the keys out of the ignition, always parking the vehicle in a secure location, and even installing trackers on each one of your vehicles. For KLFY News 10, I'm Zane Hogue.